The Ghost of Future Me, Shiver and Fears, Volume 19, written by A.J. Hard, narrated by Douglas W. Taylor. One, 3 years ago. My name is Dylan Cylan, and life at school is big. I mean, sure, you'd say everything is big to a second grader, but the classmates, too? I'm a little short for my age. I slowly stepped in the classroom. A room full of 9-year-olds clattered around while the teacher sat at her desk. "Oh, hi," she replied. I took a step back as she walked toward me. "You must be Dylan Cylan. I'm your teacher, Ms. Willow." She took my hand and led me to my desk. "You can sit here." As I sat down, she taped my name to it. Dylan Cylan were in big black letters. A smile started to spread across my face. "Hi, Dylan." From behind, a kid greeted me. "How'd you know my name?" I asked. "Well, it looks like someone made a new friend," Ms. Willow cheered. "Charlie, why don't you show Dylan around the school?" Charlie snagged tightly around my arm. Can you let me go?" I murmured. Charlie's kind attitude transformed. "Dylan, give me your backpack," he snapped. I tightened my grip. "Why?" Charlie wouldn't tell me. Instead, he took a grab for it, but I pulled my shoulder back. He reached for it again and got a hold. "Give it before it's too late." I tried to run, but he held my bag tight. "Leave me alone," I cried. Rip! My backpack ripped in half. I gazed in shock as my teddy bear flew out my bag and in front of the other kids. They all started laughing as Charlie looked in confusion. "Why did you do that?" I shoved Charlie and made my way out of the classroom. I could hear the teacher calling after me as I ran down the hall with the ringing of laughter bouncing in my ears. 3 years later. Life would be so easy if I hadn't ruined it. All I was trying to do was help myself to stay out of trouble, but instead I made matters worse. Why didn't I listen to me? This was all my stepbrother's fault. He's an inventor and 2 grades ahead of himself. Daquan Miller was really hyperactive at times, but makes actually cool stuff. That's coming from a preteen who's interested with car crashes and wrestling matches. But it was the invention he finished last night that was the coolest and the most trouble. Two. The story actually begins during the sunny spring morning. "Where is your brother?" Mom asked as she set breakfast on the table. My stepdad, Oliver, strolled in with the newspaper in his hands.
"My boy's still working on his new project?"
Oliver was a tall, hairy man. His dark skin blended with his short black hair. His beady, light brown eyes could only be seen with his thick-framed glasses. He sat at the table and scratched his bushy beard. "Yeah, what is it?" I asked. Oliver shrugged.
"Daquan won't say. All he says is, it's almost done."
His dad called with his deep vocals. In no quicker than a second, Daquan came up the stairs from the basement and into the kitchen. Daquan was covered in soot and oil. "Sweetie, you can't go to school like that. You're covered with grime." He smiled. "No problem, Mom." Daquan cleaned his face with his dirt-filled science coat. Then he took it off and gave it a small shake. All the grime that was on his coat, face, and hands were now sitting on the floor. Daquan was completely clean. "Cool invention, but think you could have placed the dirt in the trash?" I suggested. "Oops." I could see in my stepbrother's dark eyes he felt bad. "Dude," I chuckled, "it's okay. Let's get going." I drank my orange juice and grabbed my bag.
"Don't worry, son. I'll pick it up,"
Oliver said. The 2 of us headed for the door. "Boys, don't forget your haircuts after school today." We replied back to Mom with thumbs up, not looking back. We both walked our way to Denver Hill Academy. It was a 3-building school, almost like a college, just a few blocks from home. Each building was for a certain grade group. The smallest building was for daycare preschool. The 2-story building was
Sample complete. Ready to continue?